What do 90 to 95% of all barbecues and backyard parties have in common? If you said burgers and hot dogs, you're correct. So I thought, how can I take a project or make a project in my shop with a CNC that could make the boring hamburger cooler, more fun, and more interesting, or maybe just something to talk about with my friends while I'm standing at the grill drinking a beer waiting for the burgers to cook. Then I thought, wait, I've got a CNC, and if you want to know how to make a burger cooler, make it awesome, stick with me and I'll show you. What if you could take a burger and you could stamp it with any shape or image that you wanted? It can be done. Here we're starting with a cup to put the burger in. After the cup is made, I decided to make several different configurations or designs, and I started with an ordinary cutting board. I made 5 different versions to be exact. That way, if someone was particular about using plastic as a press, I could show that you could do it with a simple cutting board that you can get off of Amazon. That center point there is so that I know where the center of the circle is when I cut it out. It's only 1/32 deep. This multi-tool, oscillating tool thing does an incredible job. It does the best I've seen to remove tabs. There I'm showing you that you're going to use a stop on your drill press so you don't drill all the way through. What we're going to do here is put a threaded insert in the center of that hockey puck, which it's not really a hockey puck. Now when you're threading these in, you want to make sure you go straight. You don't want them to be crooked. So very carefully turn that thing in so that it stays in the center. Flush on the top and not coming through the bottom. And as you can see, I'm dead center, right where I want to be. Now here's a different design. This happens to be a bull's head that we're going to use. That outline there is so that I can transfer the marks to the back side of the circle there to find the center. I'm going to use a Japanese square, use the edge of that mark, and obviously all that will get cut off once we transfer to the other side. But once it's transferred, we can take a regular square, put the lines on, make the crosshair in the center of the circle, and just like that, I know where the center of that little puck is. Measuring off, confirming, and right there will be the center, obviously. So we need to drill a hole down through the center of this thing. How do we do it straight so that we can feed this stud into there? I've made this simple jig. It's got a V-notch. This little piece is on here because the vise doesn't close square. So put this down in here like so, close the vise, give it a little tension, push the dowel down through the top so it's flush or just below the top. Make sure they're flat, snug it up, take your drill block, put it over the hole, find the right size, line up the block, your bit to the end of the dowel, keep everything nice and square. And drill a nice straight hole. Now if you've ever wondered how you drive a stud down inside, you take 2 nuts and lock them on the top. Then use the top nut to turn it down in. Loosen the nuts back up and take them off, and you're good to go. Here I'm laying out for the handle, and 5 inches wide just seemed like a good number when I put my hand on the dowel. Obviously we're going to go to center. This is a drill block. It's got a V-notch on the bottom, which allows me to hold it on the top of the dowel and get a nice straight hole, and I apologize for the camera angle there. Now we're going to cut it off to length. Anytime you use a bandsaw, you really should be using a V-wedge on round instruments. Here, make sure you're holding on that dowel securely when you're rounding the ends. This makes the handle just look a lot nicer, and it's a lot smoother. Going to put a little bit of Titebond 3 in there so it's waterproof so we can wash this thing and take care of it. Make sure you wipe the glue off with your finger and put it on the bottom of your bench. All right, so we're out here in the kitchen, and the big question is, do these things work? How do we take care of them? How do we finish them, etc., etc.? Now, normally, I would continue to gab and continue to run my mouth, but we're going to change it up today, and Elisa's going to be doing the mouth running, and I'm going to be the lovely assistant. Also, Lisa's been practicing identifying her wood.
You're so stupid.
So we're going to put her to the test and see if she can identify these wood species as the lovely assistant.
Identify
Identify as we hold them up and show you what we have. So One thing in particular, before we get started, I want to point out one thing. I had something happen in the shop for the first time in 4 to 5 years since I've had the CNC. And I want to point it out right here. As you can see on this one, there's a hole right there. And what happened with that one was we had a power failure for the first time in the shop. Spindle continued to spin just until it winds itself out as always, but in this case it dropped and punched a perfect hole in there. As we know, the golden rule of the Hinkle shop, when there's a problem or an accident or a mistake, we show the mistake. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to, well, she's the head honcho now. I'm the lovely assistant. All right, so here we go.
So with this piece, we have a lovely piece of cherry that we put a heart into. I don't know.
Keep going.
This piece here that he showed you is sapelli wood. We also have this one here. Small, big. These types of this size, we're going to be able to put into your hamburger and press it down very lightly.
Mash it down.
Mash it down. Press it down. Press it.
Okay. We're in the South. We mash things.
Then we also have this, which we made out of black walnut, little dog print. Then we go to, you want to go to this one first, or is this?
I don't know. You're in charge here.
This one is also, we tried to do the different cards. So you got the heart. This one is the spade. This is made out of sapelli wood. Then we go to these, which are...
Can I hold them? I'm supposed to be the lovely assistant.
This is...
Oh, let's switch sides.
So this here is made with an oak handle.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yep. And what's the cup made of?
This is also made of oak.
Oh, she got that right. She has been practicing with her wood.
This is made with the sapelli wood again. This has got a bull on it, bull's head. Very easy. Press down. Very easy.
I don't think they can see this in the camera, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry. All right. Then we have this one. Here, you want to hold that one?
Sure.
That is made of a cherry cup, oak handle.
And there's the plastic hockey puck inside that we talked about. Now I'm going to take over here a little bit because I want to show you how easy it is to change from one stamp to the other. So you just take these and spin them off, take them off, and change to the next one, and just spin it back on. We don't need to hammer these on here or get on them with a wrench. You just spin them until they stop. Good to go. And what you couldn't see, what she was doing was, and we're going to show this as an example. We're going to make some hamburgers to show you how this works. But hamburger on the plate, and put this down and mash it till you get the stamp.
Simple.
Bonus.
Easy.
We have a bonus design.
Oh, the bonus design.
So I'm not supposed to be talking, but you see how difficult it is for me to shut up?
This is a metal handle. Very easy hamburger
Stainless
press
steel.
That we made with black walnut. This is the fire.
Yep. And we're going to put links to that handle and any of the other products that we talk about here in the description below if you're interested in them, including that plastic cutting board piece and the stainless steel handle. So let's talk about finishes.
How we do the finishes.
How do we finish these things?
So it's very simple. These are just like a cutting board. So when we use, what we like to use here in the Hinkle shop is Walrus oil, cutting board oil. We've also used Bumblechutes.
And we're not sponsored by any of these.
But we met these people at Workbench last year, and they're phenomenal people.
Yeah, they're super people.
Go check them out. This one is just a wood finish. This one here is a wood serum.
It's just about
kind of like a milky.
Right, they're
serum.
no different than a cutting board. So
but everything is food grade safe.
Right,
yes.
Anything that's food safe, you can put on these things for a finish. All right.
This one here is a wood wax. I can't get it open. My hands.
I gotta pay for my time here.
Just a wood wax that you can wipe on. This is the cutting board oil. This is made by Milk Paint. Again, not sponsored.
So this is a bigger version of the other one. Basically, you oil them up and then you polish them with the wax afterwards.
Yeah,
be difficult to do. It would be difficult to do on these because of the level of detail and trying to get into all these little nooks and crannies on these things. Which brings us to the next thing. How do you clean them, Lisa? How do you get them so that they're disinfected and stuff?
So basically all you use is just hot water, just like a cutting board. Use hot water to get, like if you use chicken, if you're pressing a little piece of chicken, I'm assuming you can do this with any type of meat.
You're the cook.
But never done it with chicken. You can use a little toothbrush to get into the little nooks and crannies.
And that one is freshly oiled. You can see as it's got a little shine to it.
Get into the little nooks and crannies. To disinfect them, you can use, not sponsored, you can use just plain old white vinegar or hydrogen peroxide. Very simple. And then obviously rinse them real well after that with hot water.
And then reapply the oil.
And then reapply the oil.
Because you don't want them to, you don't want the water to get into these things and make them warp and crack and all that stuff. They'll be useless after that. So some secondary uses for these. I know it seems a little ridiculous if you're not going to use them in the kitchen. If you have any children, these things make great Play-Doh stamps. You can take a piece of Play-Doh and put it down and stamp with them. The kids will love that. They can change them out. You don't necessarily have to make fire and anything that a grown-up would like. You can put all kinds of stuff on these, cartoon characters, etc. We can't put them on, obviously, for trademark nonsense, but you could certainly do that in your shop. So I think the next thing is, do they work? Let's prove that they work.
Did you wash your hands?
I don't remember. Make a little ball, put it down, and then my hands are dirty, so you can use the masher.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'll do the heart. You do the spade.
All right, hold on.
We're going to do this together. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not doing this the way you're supposed to. Take these out. Put this in.
I'm going to do mine like that.
Which one you got?
I got the spade.
All right. Twin mashing. Woohoo! I don't know if you can see those, but as you can see, it definitely works. And this one doesn't have a design, obviously, so if you wanted to just put it in the masher to make a regular patty, you could. The great thing about this is it's redoable. You don't have to, you can re-race it without having too much effort. Not so sure this dog paw is going to work, but we're going to give it a go.
Make sure you spray it. I think it works.
The one thing I didn't mention in the beginning was if you have too much detail, it won't work, but that dog paw came out perfect.
Very nice, Vernon. Now let's see. Let's make a fire. I'm going to use your burger.
Okay.
Make a little bit bigger. Proof of concept here. Probably don't need that much. And it works. Nice. Fire. Who says grilling can't be fun?
All right, everybody, there you have it. Hamburger stamps. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. We hope you got something out of this video. We hope you enjoyed it. Go out to your shop and make yourself some hamburger stamps and have some fun. All right? Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.